Imagine waking up one morning, staring at your trading account, and realizing that in just 30 days, the money you thought you could grow has vanished. Where did it all go wrong? Have you ever felt this gut punch of losing in the market? Comment your thoughts below before we dive deeper. I've been there. I've watched countless traders, bright-eyed and eager, step into the market with dreams of instant wealth, only to find themselves tangled in a web of losses, frustration, and doubt. You see, trading isn't about luck. It's about psychology, patience, and the ruthless honesty of the market. And no one understood this better than Jesse Livermore, the man who turned the art of speculation into a science of the mind. Livermore's life reads like a cinematic thriller. He made millions, lost millions, and rebuilt himself time and time again. But if there's one lesson that echoes louder than any market win, it's this. Most traders lose money not because of the market, but because of themselves. Their own minds become the enemy, filled with fear, greed, hope, and doubt. And these psychological pitfalls are magnified in that first critical month, the first 30 days. Think about it. When you enter a trade, you're not just buying or selling a stock. You're committing to a decision in the face of uncertainty. Every tick, every candle, every chart pattern tests your emotional discipline. Are you prepared for the internal dialogue that ensues? The voice that whispers, "Maybe I should sell now," or "I can't afford to wait. I need this trade to work." These thoughts are subtle assassins, quietly eroding your capital before you even realize it. Now, let's set the stage. Picture a beginner trader, armed with a small account and a few $100s. They've read articles, watched videos, and heard success stories of traders doubling their money overnight. The market seems simple: buy low, sell high. But the reality is far harsher. Livermore often warned that the market is never wrong. Your interpretation is. And when your mind injects emotion into your decisions, your interpretation becomes distorted and losses compound faster than any strategy could recover from. In the first 30 days, the stakes feel small, yet every mistake is amplified. The rookie trader doesn't yet understand the rhythms of the market, the quiet moments of waiting, the discipline of doing nothing, the patience required to sit tight while opportunities emerge. Instead, they chase every headline, react to every price fluctuation, and let hope dictate their trades. By day 15 or 20, the mental strain sets in. Frustration grows, doubt creeps in, and by the 30-day mark, many are left questioning not just their strategy, but their very ability to succeed. Livermore's insight was deceptively simple. Trading is 90% psychology, 10% strategy. Your mindset, your ability to master your own impulses, determines your survival more than any indicator or chart pattern ever could. In this video, we'll explore exactly why most traders lose money in their first 30 days, dissect the mental traps that lead to early failure, and reveal Livermore's timeless strategies for conquering fear, greed, and hope. So as we begin this journey, I want you to reflect. When you make a trade, are you truly trading the market, or are you trading your emotions? Keep that question in mind as we peel back the layers of the human mind in the market, Jesse Livermore style. Because understanding the first 30 days is not just about observing market movements. It's about confronting a paradox that every trader faces. The more you want to win, the more likely you are to lose. And that is exactly what we'll explore next. The inner conflict of the trader's mind. You want to win, yet your desire to win might be exactly what's causing you to lose. Have you ever felt torn between acting and waiting in a trade? Comment how you handle this inner battle. Let's be honest. The first 30 days in the market are a battlefield, not against other traders, not against the market, but against yourself. Every trader, whether beginner or experienced, experiences this silent, invisible war inside the mind. You feel confident one moment, convinced the trend is clear, the charts are aligned, and fortune is on your side. But in the very next moment, doubt creeps in. You question every decision, every pattern, every signal, and suddenly, what felt like an opportunity becomes a source of anxiety. This is the paradox that Jesse Livermore understood better than anyone. The desire to win blinds you to the very lessons the market is offering. You see, the human mind is wired to react, not to think. Fear and greed dominate your choices long before logic or analysis can intervene. When a stock dips slightly after you buy it, panic whispers, "Sell now, cut your losses." When it jumps unexpectedly, hope screams, "Hold on, maybe it will go even higher." In that clash of emotion, your rational trading plan is lost, and you begin trading impulsively. Here's the crucial point. The market doesn't care about your desires, your plans, or your emotional state. It operates on supply and demand, momentum and probability. But your brain interprets these objective movements through a lens of personal fear and hope, and that lens distorts reality. Livermore warned that most traders fail not because the market is harsh, but because their own mind is harsher. They fight the market instead of observing it. They impose their expectations onto reality, and that is when losses multiply. The paradox grows stronger in those first 30 days because everything is new. You don't yet have the historical experience to know that markets swing wildly, that trends reverse unexpectedly, and that patience often beats action. Every tick of the price feels monumental. Every small profit feels like validation. Every loss feels catastrophic. This is why Livermore often said, "The game taught me that money comes to those who wait, not to those who react." Imagine this scenario. You've spotted what seems like a perfect breakout. Your heart races, you pull the trigger, and within hours, the price retracts. Instantly, you feel regret and fear. You're torn. Do you sell to preserve capital, or do you hold, hoping it recovers? That inner conflict paralyzes many traders, or worse, it pushes them to act impulsively. In this 30-day learning window, these micro moments of hesitation, fear, and hope compound into real losses, shaping the early trajectory of a trader's account and, often, their confidence. Livermore's insight here is timeless. You must master the internal struggle before mastering the market. He believed that no trading strategy can compensate for a mind that is untrained in emotional discipline. Winning in trading isn't about knowing more than others. It's about controlling yourself more than the market. Understanding this paradox, desire to win versus patience to act, is the foundation that determines whether you survive the first month or collapse under pressure. And this leads us to the next critical layer of the journey, the psychological traps that many traders fall into, sometimes unknowingly. Because if you can't recognize these mental pitfalls, your inner conflict will continue to sabotage every trade, no matter how promising it looks. Most traders don't fail because of bad strategy. They fail because their mind betrays them before the trade even begins. Have you ever caught yourself making a trade for the wrong reason? Comment your story below. I want to hear it. Let's dive deeper. The first 30 days of trading are not just about losing money. They're about losing clarity. And at the heart of this struggle lies a psychological trap that ensnares all. Most traders don't fail because of bad strategy. They fail because their mind betrays them before the trade even begins. Have you ever caught yourself making a trade for the wrong reason? Comment your story below. I want to hear it. Let's dive deeper. The first 30 days of trading are not just about losing money. They're about losing clarity. And at the heart of this struggle lies a psychological trap that ensnares almost every beginner: the illusion of control. We like to believe that charts, signals, and strategies are the keys to consistent profits. We think that if we read enough, analyze enough, and act quickly, we can beat the market. But the market doesn't respond to desire or effort. It responds to probability and discipline. And here is where the trap sets in. We trade as if we have control, when in reality, we are at the mercy of our own emotions. Jesse Livermore recognized this trap early in his career. He saw traders placing trades based on hope rather than analysis, on fear rather than observation. They believed that every trade was a step toward guaranteed profits, yet their actions were dictated by greed and impatience. The mind, when untrained, seeks patterns that confirm what it wants to see. This is called confirmation bias, and it is deadly for a trader. It whispers, "The market is moving your way. Just hold a little longer," while quietly eroding capital. Another common trap is overtrading. Beginners think that the more they act, the more likely they are to profit. Livermore often warned against this. It is not the number of trades, but the quality of trades that determines your success. Every impulsive trade is a surrender to emotion. Every trade made out of boredom, anxiety, or overconfidence is a step closer to depletion. In your first 30 days, these impulsive decisions are magnified because you are still learning the rhythms of the market and your own responses to it. Fear is perhaps the most insidious of all. Many traders panic when they see a small loss and exit trades prematurely, never giving the trend a chance to prove itself. Others double down on losing positions, hoping for a miraculous recovery, only to compound losses. Livermore called this fighting the tape, trying to impose your will on the market instead of adapting to its signals. In those early days, this battle between fear and hope defines whether you survive or collapse. Then there is impatience, the silent killer. You watch others seemingly winning and feel compelled to act before your own plan is ready. The mind convinces you that inactivity is failure. Yet Livermore repeatedly emphasized that sitting tight is often the most profitable move. The psychological trap here is subtle. You mistake waiting for weakness and action for strength. This inversion leads to poor decision-making, missed opportunities, and ultimately financial loss. In essence, the first 30 days are a microcosm of every trader's lifelong struggle. The desire to control versus the need to observe, action versus patience, hope versus discipline. Livermore's philosophy teaches us that recognizing these mental pitfalls is the first step to overcoming them. If you can identify when your mind is sabotaging you, you can begin to replace fear with strategy, impatience with patience, and hope with disciplined expectation. And this brings us naturally to Livermore's perspective, the guiding principles he developed to navigate these traps and turn psychological weakness into strategic strength. Understanding his mindset is the key to transforming the first 30 days from a battlefield into a classroom. If you found this video valuable and want to take your trading journey to the next level, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're looking to dive deeper into trading psychology and strategies, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on key insights. When you subscribe, it tells me that this content is helping you, and it motivates me to keep creating more in-depth videos for you. Let's keep growing together and mastering the markets.